Hey everybody, Mike Baltazar here, and I am super excited to share with you one of my good friends because she's an awesome individual, an awesome person. But even more important than that, and I highly value our friendship relationship, but even more important than that is the what she's doing for my friends and family. And she is an attorney at law. She's actually practices in a lot of different arenas. Before I brought her on, I went on to her LinkedIn profile and saw that she does. Let me just pull it up here. I'm going to read it because I'm going to forget some of the important ones. International law, elder law, contracts, proposals, asset protection, legal writing, and there's more on the list. But the where I use her the most is with estate planning. And why is that? Is because, as you know, I specialize in reverse mortgages and I help people, throughout the United States with this. And my good friend, Michelle Zurcher, if you want to just wave to everybody real quick, she practices not only in Arizona, which is my home state, but also in North Dakota as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, you've been practicing law in North Dakota since 2013 and here in Arizona since 2018.
That's cool.
So, and here's why I wanted to bring her on and why I share her with so many friends and family, and especially a lot of my clients, my senior clients, because how many of us know they work their entire life to get where they're at? And a lot of them are doing well. Some of them are kind of on the cusp, and maybe some not so much, but more importantly, they worked hard to get where they're at, to have the assets that they have, and they want to leave a legacy. A lot of them want to leave a legacy to their children, grandchildren, great grandchildren. And I know how important it is for them. And you know that they set a goal a long time ago to accomplish that. But then sometimes I meet these families after the fact, and it doesn't go as planned. Yes, they set up a will. Yes, they had their certified financial planner help them put the will together. And because that's not their area of expertise, because maybe they were, retired law enforcement, retired postman, a retired real estate agent, whatever the case may be, their area of expertise wasn't estate planning. So they trusted the financial planner because maybe they knew him for dozens of years, only to find out that they weren't protected. And that's why I wanted to bring Michelle on real quick. And Michelle, the number one question I get from a lot of clients, and I do a horrible job of answering it, so I send them to you, but now I'm going to share this video with them. And that's this is, what's the real difference between meeting with you, talking with you, having you put together an estate plan versus just doing a will myself? Let's just say that I have a nominal investment and maybe a house or two, and I put a will together. I mean, isn't that enough in most places? And then I know it's a loaded question because I see so many people assume that, and it comes back to bite them. And then the next video that I want to put together with us is talking about Lisa Marie Presley's estate, because, who would have thought that her, estate planning left a few loopholes or target areas. But if you could just share with my tribe, my people, my friends, family, clients, why talk to you versus just trusting a will, even if it's put together by a certified financial planner?
That's a really good question, Mike. And thank you so much for having me visit you through this Zoom call. Couple reasons. Number one, you want to protect your assets while you're alive, and you also want to be able to make the decisions for your own healthcare and finances while you're alive and well. So that can mean just powers of attorney. That could also mean an additional will. That could also mean an additional trust with a pour over will. And if you are speaking with a financial certified planner, sometimes they don't know what statutes affect who, how to pass property properly in order for tax benefits and things like that. So speaking to a licensed attorney versus somebody who's certified with 50-ish hours of course training is totally different. I've reviewed a lot of trusts and wills, and even those that are drafted by attorneys, they do need to be updated and reviewed every few years. So I like to advise my clients in a letter every year. Have you done this? Have you remembered to do this? We talked about this, very specific to their planning. So attorneys are specific to what a client needs versus a certified financial planner or somebody else like LegalZoom online, which they don't know what really your case is, and they don't ask the right questions. It's a generic fill in the blank. So if what you get is what you pay for, and what you put the time in is what you're going to get back, essentially. Not only do you want to plan for your health and your finances, but you want to protect your assets, and you want to be able to decide how they are aligned with your values and where you want your assets to go. Some people want all their assets to go to charitable planning. Some people have children or grandchildren with substance abuse issues. So they want to be able to protect their assets so their estate's not paying for drugs or alcohol or other unhealthy behaviors. It just depends on the person and their needs, but definitely speaking to an attorney is completely different than just a fill in the blank powers of attorney or will or trust.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know, when you bring up the fact that, you know, there could be, you know, some coverages or areas of risk and exposure that get missed by whether it's the individual doing it on LegalZoom, or maybe they're working with a certified financial planner, but then also with, you know, other estate planning attorneys as well. And again, that's one of the things I want to address in the next video about Lisa Marie Presley's estate. But one of the things I will say to you know, Michelle, is that I've worked with numerous estate planning attorneys over the years, something I firmly believe in, and a lot of them are awesome people. But I do know this is that, you know, if there's a key difference between one attorney to the next is, you know, how much time are they spending with their clients? How, are they asking the right questions, and are they listening? You know, are they just trying to get in and out of the appointment and get into the next one? You know, are they booking back to back and not leaving much room for the conversation to find out what's important? And that's one of the things I've seen from you. And also, that's what I've heard many others that send you business. That's what they've said as well. And I just appreciate what you're doing for our communities, not only in Arizona, but North Dakota as well. And then just also just being an advocate for our seniors, because how many of us know that, you know, that's a, you know, very special group of people. They're the ones who laid the foundation for us and what we're enjoying today. So the least we could do is just take care of our seniors, right? Well, before I let you go, Michelle, because I did want to respect your time, because I know you're really, really busy, and I thank you for taking the time. You know, what's the number one thing, you know, here in the present day that you're seeing as an issue for people? I know we've already touched on, you know, they don't update it. They need to update it, you know, every, you know, year or two whenever there's a big change. You know, people moving, relocating from different states. Like, what are you seeing as a really big topic in this day and age?
Oh, there's quite a few topics, but you bring up the snowbird effect and how long do I need to live in Arizona in order to have a will or trust in Arizona? That's 6 months, and it should be 6 months and 1 day technically. But it depends on where you're living. If you have properties in multiple states, you need to protect properties in multiple states. And I have a network of attorneys that I work with and that work with me. So we refer to each other to make sure that all properties are protected, everything is up to date. And it's not just updating your will or your trust every year, but it's having a conversation of what changes have happened. Are there any new concerns? Have you obtained any new assets that need protecting? Because I can't help you protect an asset I don't know about. So that's really important for people to think about, is all the fine details, and you leave the worry up to me as the attorney. And just taking the time to genuinely listen and care for the client, I think sets my firm apart from others. I left a firm actually because they said, you have 1 hour, you need to get all the information in this block of time and then move on to the next one, because we're here to make money. You can still make money and spend as much time as needed with the family, with the folks that need that assistance. And running a concierge business like myself, I do go to clients' homes and meet with them individually where they are comfortable and where we spark conversation about what they have around them and what's important to them.
I love that. And that's why I love and trust you so much. And while I will continue to send my friends, family, and clients your way. And for those that are maybe watching this online or whatever the case may be, can you share your contact information, how someone can get in touch with you to schedule a consultation or a review, or just maybe ask you a question?
Absolutely. My work number is 602-456-2322. And my email address is Michelle, Michelle, at lastinglegacieslawfirm.com. And the legacies is plural, so you spell out the whole word.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, again, thanks for taking the time, and we will be in touch.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.